Nice.
A bit more animated if you can.
Wow.
This is how much pressure you fill me with when we're doing a live broadcast.
Yeah.
Because you just look at you with like,
Yeah, you're just
now
like...
what? Well, I'm in a giddy mood now.
Yeah, you are in a giddy mood.
See, I'm relaxed now. I'm like fully relaxed.
You're
I don't know
fully
if that's a good
relaxed.
thing or a bad thing.
You just seem like proper happy.
It's hit me.
What's hit you?
Because I was doing some dancing like right in the camera and it just chilled me out. It took all the edge off. So
There you
now
go.
I'm chilled out.
I mean,
But
there's
I think
nothing-
that's put you on edge.
There's nothing. There's nothing. So, guys, today I'm here with Cotton City Radio, the legends themselves, the people who have tortured me for the last couple of months, taking over everything I do, stealing everything I do.
Kept you on your toes.
That's what they basically do. No, I absolutely love these guys. Now, if you weren't aware, I did a video a while ago, right at the beginning of my my journey, where I ran something called the Coaction project. So actually, because this is the first video of the new Coaction series, it's basically the same idea. Now, Cotton City Radio were the first people on that video. In fact, this man here who talked about all the hidden gems of the music. That was a deep chat, wasn't it?
It was a deep chat. I apologise for the face, but I hope you got something out of the content of the chat.
And this is his hidden teddy bear,
Hello.
who I like to call Sexy Tom. This is the evil one. This is the sexy one. This guy.
Creepy Tom.
It was
evil Tom now.
Evil,
Is that what we
evil,
said?
no.
Not creepy or evil.
It was evil creepy, wasn't it?
Yeah. I bring both to the table.
Yeah, it does. More importantly, how did you two come together? Oh, it's like a romance story.
It is, yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, we are old and dear friends. So yeah, I think that's fair to say. We also feed each other's worst impulses, as well as feeding each other's best impulses. So, I had, as I said to you previously, we started Cotton City Radio because I was in a bad place. I sort of used recording a radio show as glorified therapy. And I contacted Tom straight away and said, what do you think about doing a radio station? I'm here, I'm about to buy a mic, I've bought a load of tracks, I've planned the first show. What do you reckon we do? And rather than how's it going to work, what's it going to be, what do you want to do? I gave him the theme for the first week and he'd already sent me half the show's worth of songs. He had like our opener proper for the show that you'd fired into the mix, and straight away it wasn't, can you do this, should you do this, how can we do this? It was just, yeah, do it, whatever. And yeah, I think that sort of goes to the heart of us as a unit, really. Yeah. We tend to feed the best and worst of each other's impulses and just going, try it out. If it sets on fire, it sets on fire. If it doesn't set on fire, maybe something beautiful will come out of it. So this is a perfect example of how anyone can replicate the Cotton City Radio setup if they've got time, effort and energy. All of this is fairly cheap gear. We bought it all on Amazon, eBay and Argos, and it kind of gives us absolutely everything we need to do to pull a show together and to get the sort of quality of shows that you hear on our Mixcloud and MCR Live. So if we can do it, anyone can do it. It literally started with, I say it's a crap mic. It was a Yeti mic that we got from Argos. It was decent, it did what we needed to do, but it didn't pick up multiple voices and stuff like that. We didn't have this kind of setup. But it gave you pretty much shows 1 to 15, I think.
Yeah, and prior to that, you ran, what was it, a podcast?
Yeah.
With...
DJ Sammy.
It was, what was the microphone you used?
Oh God, I don't know, some weird and wonderful thing I got off Amazon for like 15 quid.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as you've got the right setup in terms of your equalising and getting your levels right, everything else will follow.
that's what I saw in you when I first spoke to you about Cotton City Radio, right? Because when I first spoke to you about Cotton City Radio, it was something. It was so small. It was an idea, but it was an awesome idea. And I thought, this is going to grow. This is going to grow, and this is going to become bigger than what I think that you expected. And it's nice to just see it continue and carry that trajectory now. What was the point where you decided, you know what, I was doing it as a hobby, and now I actually see Cotton City Radio as a fairly big, fair to say, big part of your future, or is that when was that moment for you?
I think you're to thank for that. I think you had a bit of an awakening on MCR Live, where I remember you turned around to me after probably second or third show, and you're like, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you were instrumental in getting us on MCR Live.
Thank you.
And it was just, I remember being on the mixer, and it was scary, but it was a lot of fun. And I kind of took a back seat, like a massive back seat on the presenting, because even though it was like a pre-record on the first one, it still felt live. It really felt live, and that was kind of different as to how we'd done it before. But really enjoyed it. I don't know, there's this kind of bug that kind of starts to creep in a bit when you're kind of in that setting.
This is the effort that you go to.
To please our public. I hope you're grateful.
Oh, she knows.
So I don't know if you want to get a shot, Theo. That's what I'm kind of thinking is the surround.
It's Bugs. What was that noise?
Opie's just sitting there taunting you.
Right,
There
fuck
we
it.
go.
Let's call this one off.
So it didn't go well.
You are on now, which I'm fairly confident, is you are now on a path of, following your passion. You're on a path, and you're starting to experience how that feels, because you appreciate it's very separate from living in the world of society, of needing to earn money to effectively make you happy and things like that. Do you see what I mean? Just like buying more things to fill this gap inside of you. Do you feel like that's filled with Cotton City Radio? Do you feel happy every time you record an episode? Do you feel grateful for it being in your life?
It never feels like a job.
Well, this is the thing I was going to... Right, because I left a very rigid, uncreative job fairly recently. And there's many reasons why I left, but one of the things is that Cotton City Radio was kind of like one of the only creative things I was doing, and that's kind of kept me going, and it's kind of reminding me that creativity is like the most important thing in my life, because I'm just such a musical person. I write music, I sing, I do all these things, and this is what's kept me going in that creative way, and it's reminded me how important that is. And yeah, I just really want to keep that going, It's kind of kept that fire alive. Yeah. It's just so important, and that I think that growth is the most important thing to me. Yeah. Definitely. So
it's also 6 months from when we started. I think we have to keep reminding ourselves that we've not actually been, or 7 months or so. Yeah. We've not really been doing it for that long, and I think that growth is feeding that the more the show grows. So we started out with the main show. Tom's the godfather of our serve and return format, which again gives you an opportunity to be more free, more creative. Tom heads up our Tom heads up our What Pictures Sound Like show, and we're producing a new sort of exclusive. We're producing a new Boots and Cats sort of Saturday night out get ready show, which kind of feeds off the energy of our portion on the New Year's show, where we were just like, you know what, let's just ride high tempo, dancey, filthy beats, nice bass lines, funky melodies, that kind of thing, and let's make a proper get up and go playlist. So as those shows grow, as the formats grow, as the station itself is growing, that growth's going hand in hand with the personal growth and fulfillment, and it feeling more and more like a passion project rather than a job, rather than something we have to oh God, let's get together and record this, or let's need to throw another show out, and that's a really, really nice position to be in. Or we don't actually record our shows live. We tend to record our links, throw our shows in, listen to the song live, and then we throw back into a link. It lets us edit as we go, and it just lets us, I don't know, enjoy the show as listeners are going to enjoy the show. So we take a bit more of a back seat in it than we do with our MCR Live stuff. So yeah, we've got the link in. Drag and drop the track after we've bought it. As you can tell. Highly technical and definitely not a massive waste of time, but then it shows you what a labour of love is. It's very, very amateur as a way of recording, but it gives us decent shows, a decent sound, and we get to enjoy some time with each other as well. So here we go, our first track. I can't wait, I always love your tracks. I don't know what's coming, but I know it's good. So we've got the godfather of Serve and Return, Tom here, in his tennis gear. Basically the idea is we're going to do a bit of a tennis setup. Tom's going to be on the other side of the court. I'm going to be frisbeeing these 45s at him.
Let's stop.
Stop filming!
It's chaos! Bless him, he's running around like a madman, trying to pick up all of these record sleeves. Come on, Tom. I mean, you did make a mess.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm working hard clearing up all the mess we've created.
Tom, it has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a genuine pleasure. And thanks for
honestly.
getting us out doing this sort of stuff. You've sort of inspired us to actually sort of put our unique stamp on our shows and our covers and our art and stuff like that. So yeah, massively
Thank you guys. Go and check out Cotton City Radio. I will leave all the links in the description so you can see what these guys are up to, and you can check out their insane take on art, I guess is probably the best way to say it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be next, but this entire Coaction series going forwards will be a lot more out and about stuff. Very unpredictable, not sure what's going to happen. See you guys in the next one. Peace.